All right, it's time to drop some more diamonds. I am now dropping diamonds with FSU shortstop, Isa Torres. Thank you for joining me.
Of course, I'm so happy to be here.
Okay, when I like to start dropping our diamonds, all of our knowledge, I love to start with an affirmation or a quote that you really feel like embodies who you are and allows you to play the way you want to play on the field.
I heard this one in church. It was like, my worth is not defined in what I do, but my worth is in Christ. And that honestly is just kind of sums up who I am or who I'm trying to become. It's just a lot of the time when I was younger, I created a standard for myself and just an unrealistic expectation of just being perfect. And I think that kind of didn't embody who I wanted to be. I just wanted to be, a child of God. I wanted to share his light and share his word. And, I was so focused on the results and, what I was doing on the field and my performance. And I kind of lost sight in that. And so just kind of redirecting my feet and my vision and just knowing that my worth is in Christ has been huge for me. And it just speaks for who I am now. And I'm just super grateful for that.
How would you say it speaks for who you are now?
I was a little rough on the edges growing up. Like, I had to say I'm the youngest. So I was the one that was, causing the chaos in the house. And, I was a little mean. I was like a little dog, like just like super aggressive, super stubborn. And then obviously that led to like aggression on the field. And I was just super like aggressive, super, super feisty. And then I came here and they're like, hey, like love that you're aggressive and feisty, but like, you gotta calm down a little bit in a sense of like, this is a team and, your teammates are your sisters and, who you want to become. They're building who you are and your coaches are building who you are. And to me, like I want to come out like a greater person than I came in. And I think that's huge for me. Like softball's awesome, but I also want to be a great woman and I want to go into the field and the professional world and obviously have respect for myself, but for other people to respect me. And I think it starts in the foundation that I start, and that's in my foundation in faith. And I just think that's helped me so much in softball, for real.
What do you feel like the foundation is here at FSU?
Like myself or like team?
For the team, like what you've been able to apply and what you feel like you're adding to the foundation here at FSU.
Our foundation obviously is set around like our standards and our core values for sure. I just think like we've just built such a strong foundation of like family, like honestly, like embody that. Like you come here, you feel so welcomed. And then from the start, like, I could be a freshman on this campus and the seniors are like, okay, like, well, what do you think? And I'm like, what do you mean? What do I think? I'm 17 years old. Why do I matter? But they're like, this is your voice and, this is like, it starts now. And yes, it can be wrong, but everyone tells you, if you're wrong here, like if you're, it's okay. Like we know that we're going to fail. And that's the foundation that we've created is like, that you're going to fail, but with failure comes experience. And so the next step that you take, the next, choice that you decide, it's going to be okay. Like you're going to be okay. We're not perfect as humans. And I think we've just set that foundation to be so strong and it runs with like your faith. And that's what my faith is, my foundation. And I think that just using that and to help with the younger ones, just kind of sharing our culture and the foundation and our standards, I think that we live by that and I think we live by them well. And I think that's what's made our program so successful over the past few years.
How do you think FSU softball builds such a strong family culture that you have today? What are the things you guys do to make sure it is so tight?
Man, that's a good question. I think it honestly starts with your leader. And I think after I had an older sister and she went through college as well playing softball, and I admired the leaders that she was under, but I just wanted to find one for myself that kind of just like spoke to me. And I think Coach does such an amazing job with that. And it starts with her and it starts from the top and it starts with in our assistant coaches too. And it comes down from there and it trickles down, but they have just done such a great job. And I think what separates FSU is they want kids that want them. And every kid here wants to play for Florida State. We're not here, for the craziness that comes with Florida State. We're just here to play softball and play it the right way. And that's what Florida State does. And it starts at the top with Coach. And she does such a great job just embodying family. And it's not even just us. It's embodying like our fans. Like our fans are our family. Our staff, behind the scenes, not even in this building. It's just embodied from here and it carries onto the field. And I feel like that's why we're like allowed to have such a special connection on the field. It's just because like it starts in this building and she shares it so much with us. Like she really is our mom. And it's just awesome to see. I have 2 dads in there. I have a couple moms, aunts, all kinds of, so she just does such a good job. And I think it's so crucial for us to look at that because I truly do admire the way that she holds this program. And I just think it's special. And I think it's special because she's done such a good job with it.
You're talking about all the things that she's been able to do to build the culture around that she does well. On the field, what are the things that she implements to the practices, to the day-by-days that really allow you guys to perform to your best ability?
Oh, she does a tremendous job. I mean, they meet in here every single day to make a practice plan for us. And, in the past, it's been like, okay, like, what do we have to do to kind of get the smarts going of softball? Not just physical, it's a lot of smarts behind the game of softball. So out there, this year, she's honestly just tested us in the competitive edge. Like, what kind of things are we going to do out there that's going to bring the competitive fire out of you, that you can compete with your sisters. And then that way you can correlate and translate it to on the field when you're competing against someone else. So we like to say is we like to compete with our family. And it's like, are you going to go out there and compete someone else's family? So I think out there, like we do so many drills, but we also like, after everything, like she just kind of breaks it down in a sense of, okay, why are we doing this? Why are we doing it? Are we doing this to compete? Are we doing this to understand? And I think that is so crucial because it's like, we have a lot of young ones in there and it's really, the game of softball is just a game of failure. Like you have to learn it. And so allowing them to understand it and to just fail over and over and over again. But then when you see them come out the other side and they're like, oh my gosh, like I finally get it. Like that's the moment where it's like, man, like everything that Coach has done out there has been able to get us to that moment. And I can't wait to see it unfold in the spring. Like honestly, genuinely, I cannot wait because she does such a great job of just trusting out there in every single thing that we do from, physical to mental. And she just implements it in every single thing that we do. And I think that's why we're so darn good.
So darn good.
So darn good.
Number 6 in the nation coming in preseason. You talk about being able to compete on the field. What are the things that you do compete in? Are there certain drills? Are there certain games? What exactly is happening at practice that you come in immediately saying, oh, we're going to compete with our family and make sure we're on top?
Yeah, so it honestly starts in the morning in our lift. I mean, we compete there. Like we've started this new thing and it's just like Tough Tuesdays. We have them all fall. It's 6:30 a.m. wake up call. And for a lot of schools, like that's like the usual, but here we obviously we wear the whoops and it you take care of your sleep and it's like all with our recovery and stuff. So we got Tough Tuesdays and it was like this super competitive thing in the morning, starting with conditioning. I mean, we did a whole competition with beach volleyball and everything. And it was just us going at it to know, you got to compete with your sisters and then it's competing with each other. It's, moving. We have this, we call it them tempos. And it's like we have a 10-second group, a 13-second group and a 15-second group. And if you're not moving yourself in the 10-second group, we're like, yo, what are you doing? Compete, make yourself better in a sense. So I think it starts in the morning in the weight room. I mean, we're constantly, we're looking over at the other people and we're like, man, I should put a 45 plate on like she's doing that. And I think that has been huge for us. Because we're just like, man, she's lifting heavy, like I need to lift heavy. And I think that's awesome because in the past few years, we haven't really been like that in a sense, but now it's just starting there, starting the momentum off right, starting the day off right, setting the tone in the weight room, competing in there. And then you go out here, we have this drill called Queen of the Court. And it's like, okay, can everyone touch the ball before she reaches second? Can she, beat this base? It's like defense versus offense in a sense. Everything is like defense, offense. And it's like, okay, can I base run and make the defense better, but also push myself in the extent of I can push third. And so I think just it's obviously sets in the weight room, but then being out here too, we're competing against each other, defense, offense, base running, every single thing that you can think of, it's a competition. And it's awesome because it's like, okay, I'm competing here with her, but I'm also pushing myself and I'm pushing myself in the most healthy way because I know if I'm saying something or if I'm doing something, it's not going to be taken the wrong way. We're all trying to grow in the same direction here. So I think that's what we've been implementing this year and it's gone really well.
I was watching you talk and you're just talking about how implementing all the things that you guys are doing this year and the focus of making sure that you are today where you want to be at the end of the season in June and how it is to get that preparation that you hope to have now. What do you feel like you guys have been able to do or you've been telling the team to help them get to a place where we're going to be from day one, February 5th, the team that we want to be that's just going to lead all the way throughout season?
Yeah, I've actually been thinking about this because I was like, okay, first game, what am I going to say in the huddle? That's going to get everyone hyped, but everyone in the right direction. But I think we've really focused on being where our feet are, being present. I think us, just hearing us in the locker room, we're very much on the next day. We're like, okay, what's going to be tomorrow in practice? What's going to be this? But honestly, we've implemented it to where like be where your feet are, be present in the moment that you're in, whether it be in the box, whether it be when you're live hitting, pitching, you know, in a sense, when you're in your individual, just be in that moment. That way that you can grow in that moment before you take a step forward and you rush. So we always say like the past is depression and the future is anxiety. So can you stay present? Can you stay focused on what you're doing? That way that you can accomplish every single thing that you want in your day, and not dipping our feet into the water. I think a lot of the time that we've kind of dipped our toe in because maybe the opponent had, you know, a good name across their chest. But at the end of the day, after this fall, we have worked so dang hard for everything that we have done. And honestly, I just can't wait to see it unfold because the work ethic that we had, I mean, our coaches can't even pull us off those cages. Like, they can't get us off the field. They're like, okay, here's an off day. And then you hear the cages going at it. And they're like, man, like we can't get you guys off the field. And I think that has been so great for us because it's like we're all on the same page here. We all want to win. We're all working towards it. So I think just not dipping our toe in the water, just, you know, freaking cannonball right in it from the start, from the first pitch. Like, can we just set the tone in a sense of, okay, this season's going to be different? Like, yeah, we have nine new freshmen, but like, so what, you know? Like, we have so many new veterans, have so much experience, and I just think that we've emphasized, you know, cannonball into the water, into the ocean, whatever that we're doing, because like, if you're not going full force and you're holding back, then like, what are you gaining out of it? So I just think that has been such a huge emphasis on this year in our fall, and I think it's going to be great to see.
Has that always been your mentality? 2025 was an amazing year for you. All SEC, All-American, top 10 finalist, Player of the Year. When you think about what really has propelled you to have that success you had that year, is it because you just did the cannonball, or was it something that built up to that moment?
Yeah, honestly, it was because I did the cannonball. Yeah, it was that.
What was your cannonball? Was it the mentality? Was it something you worked on in the cage? Was it defense? When you think about, I'm just going to go all in on this, what was all in?
It was definitely my mentality. I think my freshman year, I kind of held a grudge against myself because I feel like I didn't do enough, not in a sense of physically, but in a sense of like verbally, like, hey, could I have told this girl, like, hey, like, I need you here, like, in a sense of that way. So I think my next year I was like, okay, like, I don't want to hold anything back anymore. Like, I want to be all in. I want to be 110. Not saying that I wasn't my freshman year, but I was also more of like a, you know, let the upperclassmen do what they do, and then I'll fill in and do my part. And I think what we've embodied here and we've told them is like, as a freshman, like, you have a voice and you have a job. Every single person on this team has a job. But as a freshman, it's so, like, we emphasize it so much on using your voice and, you know, what are you going to say? What do you think? What are your ideas? You know, what do you want to do on this play? And I think that's been so huge. And so my sophomore year, I was just like, okay, like, I know the game of softball now. Now can I be consistent? Now can I grow my mentality? Now can I grow my softball IQ and just go full force? And I think that in my preparation, and I was always in the cages, I was always fielding ground balls. And so I think I was able to cannonball because I trusted in my preparation and I trusted in all the hard work that I had put in. And I just wanted my teammates obviously to see that, and I see it in them, and I wanted them to know that they can trust me. And so I just cannonballed, and honestly, everyone just followed, and it was awesome to see, because I mean, all these girls are just amazing and they're so talented, and I just had the full belief and confidence in them. And so I think with me starting it and everyone else following, like, there's a difference between like a good leader and a bad leader, and I obviously just want to be a good leader. I have a good head on my shoulders. And so the fact that, you know, I did that, and then a couple of girls just cannonballed in with me, and I feel like this team, like all 21 of us, have just cannonballed into this. And I think, you know, if they take that mentality into their season, I think they're going to do great as well.
Well, just one note, they definitely are, because I talked to Anna first, and her first thing she said was, one of the things I got really comfortable with was when the veterans tell me I'm going to fail, and to get used to it and to be comfortable with it. Was that something, I have a feeling that's something maybe you said?
Yeah. Yep. Exactly what I said. I mean, I did it my whole freshman year. Like, I failed all the time, and even in the spring, I mean, I would go to my player performance coach, Ellie, and I'd be like, Ellie, like, I'm not in the right spots. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. And she's just like, just keep going. She's like, just keep going. And so I would tell myself after every single time I failed, I was like, man, like, just keep going. Like, this is so, like, this game of softball is so hard. And it's like, if you don't keep going, like, you're just stuck. And so, like, you know, what's your next step? Like, just take a step, and it can be a baby step. And I think that's what we've just told them is like, you're going to fail over and over and over again. But if you can pick yourself up, because I know I'm going to pick them up. I know that we're all going to pick each other up. But if they can pick themselves up, I think that is just the biggest thing. Like, you're going to fail over and over again, but can you pick yourself up? And that's what they've just done such an incredible job, is just picking themselves up and then allowing us to also pick them up. I think vulnerability is a really hard thing to kind of unfold, especially when you meet new people. But I think that they have done such a great job in being vulnerable with us that they're allowing us to help them. They're allowing us to help them after they fail. And like I said, failure, it comes with experience. So now they're failing, but they're gaining that experience. And then the next rep, they're like, man, I just got it. And I'm like, look at you. Like, that's awesome. Like, this is awesome. And, we always talk about celebrating the little things. And that's just been such a huge thing this year, is just celebrating the little things. And I think that starts with failure. You fail and you fail, you fail. That way you can celebrate at the end. Like, hey, I'm getting this. And I mean, it's not an easy game. So knowing that now, it's been huge for me, and it was huge my freshman year. So now that they know that and they're comfortable with that, and I'm glad that I'm glad that got in their head. Because it is going to happen, and it's inevitable. It's going to happen now. It's going to happen so on. But if they can pick themselves up, and if we can pick them up, I think we're going to be okay.
What do you think it's going to take for the 2026 Team 43 to get all the way to the World Series this year?
It's going to take a lot. We always talk about being at the end of it. Like, my past 2 years, coach always is like, this is hard. And I was like, yeah, it's really hard to get to this moment. I mean, it makes me emotional every time when we get past regionals, because I realize like how hard it is to get to that. It's like, it's the IPR, and you have to beat certain teams, and it fits you into the bracket. And so everything matters from the start. Since February 5th starts, everything matters. So I just think like it's going to take all 21 of us in a sense, and everyone has a job. And I just think it's a physical game, but it's also a very big mental game. And it just takes more than, your hitting or your defense. Like, we have to take care of our bodies, we have to take care of our minds. And I think with social media growing, that's really hard. So we always tell them like, hey, you have social media, get rid of it. Like, just get it gone, so it's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot of grit. It's going to take a lot of, finding a way. We're obviously not a team anymore that, has those big, like, we have some big hitters in the lineup, but we're not a team that has like, the Michaela Edenfields and the Katie Daggs that hit bombs, Janai Kerr, Hallie Wakecaser. We're a very speedy, athletic team. So I think just using that and using our tools, that's what we've talked about this year, is just using our tools, like really fast, really good on the bases, so super athletic on the field, really diverse in the circle. So just honestly putting all those pieces together to create one puzzle, it's going to be truly amazing to see. And like, I'm like so excited to see it, because I'm like, man, like, I was actually out like last week, and I was out of practice, and I was watching us. I was like, wow, like, we're some professional athletes. Like, this is awesome to watch. Like, this is like a movie for me. And I was just seeing it. I was like, man, I can't wait to see it come to life. But it's like, it's aggressive. It's competitive. We're committed. Like, we're living all of our core values every single day in practice, in the training room. And so I think it's going to take all of that and all that we've done in the fall to be able to be successful out in the field in the spring.
Watching Coach and everything that she's been able to overcome, and still come over here and help you guys also overcome. She's just, to me, like the epitome of what strength looks like, and being able to persevere.
Yeah.
When you think about her and what she's been able to do for you and this team, what do you think of?
Oh gosh, I mean, I'm probably gonna cry. But a lot of people, like, when the news came out last year, we obviously knew first, and the news came out, and everyone just started loving up on her. And I was like, man, like, it sucks for someone to go through something, but it was so awesome to see just the community and the support around her. And we appreciated that so much, because just here, like, seeing her go day to day, like, she would go to chemo, and then she'd be at practice, 7 hours later. And I was just like, Coach, like, you need to sit down. Like, you need to do something other than softball. I'm sorry. You need to go home. You need to lay back in your couch, put a blanket on, whatever. And she was never that way. She was always showing up for us. Every single day she showed up for us. So the thing that I wanted to do was show up for her, like, every single day. And I still want to, because people don't understand how hard it is to go through that. And in that battle that she did, like, she would tell us, like, and she would communicate to us, like, man, like, you feel so alone in a battle like that. And it's just, she was like, but you guys were my rock. You guys got me through it. You guys were the reason that, I was able to come out on top. And she was like, I really don't think that I would have been able to go through that without you guys. And, you know, hearing that come out of her mouth is like crazy to think, because it was like she was such a big part of our piece last year, even going through all of that what she did. And she said that we saved her. And I was like, how, when you showed up every single day going through something with a mentality of joy, sunshine, like positivity, optimism every single day. And she may not have been feeling it, but she showed it at the field every single day. And I think that was so admirable for me to see. And she has just helped me so much continue to grow as a person. Like I can't even explain it. Like coming here, committing to a school, I wanted like a motherly figure that like resembled my mom. And she's just everything and more. Like she's honestly just awesome. She's a mother. She's, you know, a friend. She's your best friend, you know. She'll send you a text that's like super casual, no punctuations, and I'm just like, gosh, I love it. I like it. I'm like texting my friend, like, yeah, I love it. She's like 10 exclamation points, 20 emojis. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. She's awesome. But no, she's been great. She is the foundation for our program, and she's just truly everyone. She's just what we look up to, honestly. Like, if I could be half the person that she is coming out of this program, I would love to be that person, because she's just amazing. Like, does everything right. And, you know, cancer is not an easy battle, but she handled it with such grace. And I think that's truly admirable and just shows you the kind of person that she is.
And he talks about how it just gives that much more drive for you guys to be able to play for her.
Absolutely, it does.
For 2026, FSU Team 43, what can we expect to see?
Man, you can expect to see, I mean, fire, passion, the love for the game. I think this team is so different in a sense of urgency. Like, we want to get out there. We want to compete. We want to go up against the best of the best. Like, we want to see that now. And that way we can grow and we can continue to learn from our experiences in the beginning and see, like, hey, okay, we can toe it up to toe with anybody. Like, we're working just as hard. We're working harder, maybe. I don't know what other programs are doing, but we're working so hard, and I'm sure these other programs are, but can we just go out there and compete? You know, can we go out there? Can we have fun? Can we show everything that we've been learning, everything that we've been doing? Can we take practice and turn it into a game? Like, can we just do that? Can we take the fire that we've done? Can we do the passion? It starts in the weight room, the fire in there, the motivation, the uplifting one another. You know, can we not get stuck in the things that, you know, take us down in a sense of, like, you know, playing time, you know, bad attitude, everything like that. We've just been so fixated on team. And I think every single one of us in that locker room is so selfless that I think that we're just so on the same page. You know, we want to go out there. We want to compete. We want to show a little bit of sass now, you know, we want to show a little bit of fire. And I think that's just what's been so different for this team. It's like, we pride ourselves on playing the game the right way. That's the Florida State way. That's how we do it. We play the game the right way. And we've done it so well. And we just want to do that this year, but we want to add like fire in it. We want to add the passion. We want to add the grit. We want to add, you know, maybe like I'm safe, like, you know, the attitude in there. And so I think that's what you're going to see. You're going to see the fire. You're going to see the aggression. You're going to see the want to be out there, the want to have the ball, the want to have, you know, the high pressured moments, the walk-off hit. Like, you're going to see all of that, and you're going to see it with such calm and grace because we worked so hard on it in the fall. And like, honestly, I can't wait to see it. Yeah.
Team 43, passion, grit, fire, and a little bit of sass.
Thank
Thank you so much, Isa, for talking your diamonds.
you so much.